It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Steelers and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
Well, they love their football in the East Bay, and the NFL has once again returned to Oakland, California. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Vikings of Oakland. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point. But boy, you and I down there with them before the game. Here's the former Sooner, Austin Seibert, to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led by their 5'11" quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
This is a guy who truly believed in himself coming out at Temple. He bounced on and off practice squads for 3 years without an opportunity. And his big break, it came in another league. The unofficial MVP of the revived XFL led his team to an undefeated record with 15 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions in a shortened season before the league folded. A little bit on the small side, but he showed in his journey outside the NFL, he has what it takes to lead a team.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Walker. On the right side, this is Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. To throw is Walker. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. From the 46, here's a 2nd and 4. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris.
Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Working out of the gun here, Walker. Looking middle, and that's complete. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 3rd and 9 here. Now Walker. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That one sails out of bounds. A side judge will walk it off, and he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So here come the Vikings with a long field ahead of them. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you've really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try to create some space.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 68 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. You look at this Steeler defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary. One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Our first carry for Najee Harris. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Walker. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he will have a Steelers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2nd down, here's Walker. And that is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He's got his target. That's complete. Room to maneuver at the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
They go right back to Singletary. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. You look at this Steeler defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield.
He's got him in, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 36-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. 2nd and 5. He finds his man complete. That's McLeod. And he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of the game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks have told us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And now out come the Steelers. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Walker's throw hauled in by Washington. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On 1st and 10, Walker. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Edwards. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a fumble. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try to get to the ball even faster.
And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got him the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Singletary again. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Tutu Atwell. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Walker now on 2nd down. He's got his tight end Fryermuth right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studio. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Walker. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. To throw is Walker. taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. The Vikings now heading on to the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10. Walker now. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping to come through on this play and get the series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he fields it cleanly. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's 2nd and 3. Now back to throw. The flag comes in. It's incomplete. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that one go. Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, at the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 to score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And Walker now to throw on 1st down. He finds Pickens over the middle. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 16-yard line.
Now a give, running left is Harris. Powering forward, breaks through the contact. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. To throw is Walker. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set him down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Walker from the gun on 3rd down. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
They really look comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a 1st down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Walker. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Harris running straight ahead. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Walker. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Back It's Crosby. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle to struggle like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach probably just looked at him and said, applaud.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. A tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Steelers set to take the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. A first down throw for Walker. Miller on the catch over the middle. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27.
Here's Walker. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now here's another carry for Harris. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
bring this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And now it's a bootleg with Walker. This will be caught at about the 5. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Walker. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down. He was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And out now come the Vikings. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings 1st down as the tackle made up around the 33-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
The Vikings send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. First down, Walker. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Miller. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They hand this off to Harris. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now a timeout called for by the defense. Walker. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down 13-10, just over a minute 40 to play. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Back to throw. Pass complete to Edwards.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Finding Edwards. He's going to have the first down and more than that. Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there. 77 yards. And the Vikings use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Vikings 17, Steelers 13.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll come up now on second down. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Austin. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The towels are waving. Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Walker to the sideline and incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. Back to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. And he is caught. Oh, he'll be tackled and covered up inbounds Eagles, they get another first, but they're working with no timeouts. He's back to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by Miller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This is 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for the Vikings, it's a second win now as they move to 2-10 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the loss is number 8 for them on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.